Hello everyone, welcome to the Learning Management System. The subject of machine drawing, the subject code is 15ME34D, 3rd Sem Mechanical Engineering Department, Session 2 Threaded Fastness. Today is my presentation and this video is about conventional representation of internal and external thread that includes detailed representation, schematic representation and simplified representation, and also manual drafting of simplified representation of external and internal threads. Myself, Madhu MG, working as a lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department, Government Polytechnic Udupi, under the Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. So let's go for presentation. Session 2 Threaded Fastness. The true projection of a threaded portion of a part consists of a series of helix and it takes considerable time to draw it. So it is usual practice to follow some conventional method to represent the screw threads. Conventional representation of external and internal threads as recommended by International Organization of Standards, that is ISO. This is the schematic representation of screw thread terminology. This we already discussed in the last session. Once again I will explain briefly. The first one is major diameter. This is the outside diameter of the screw thread touching the crest on an external thread or roots of an internal thread. Crest of an external thread from ear to ear, and roots of an external thread. So roots of an internal thread from ear to ear. So the next one is minor diameter. It is the smallest diameter of the screw thread touching the roots of an external thread or crest of an internal thread. Roots of an external thread from ear to ear, we can call it as minor diameter. In the case of internal thread, this is the crest, from crest to crest. It is called minor diameter. So the next one is nominal diameter. This is the nominal diameter. It is the diameter of the cylinder from which external threads are cut out. It's the nominal diameter is the diameter from which external threads are cut out. The next one is crest. It is the edge of the thread surface farthest from the axis in the case of external thread, and nearest from the axis in the case of internal thread. See, this is the crest, farthest from the axis in the case of external thread, nearest from the axis in the case of internal thread. This is the crest edge, this is the crest for external thread. For the internal thread, this is the crest. The next one is root. It is the edge of the thread surface nearest to the axis in the case of external thread and farthest from the axis in case of internal thread. This is the root. This is the farthest from the axis in the case of internal thread. This is the root. This is the nearest from the axis in case of external thread. The next one is pitch circle diameter. It is the effective diameter. It is also called as effective diameter. It is the imaginary halfway point of the thread. It is the imaginary halfway point of the thread. The next one is a depth of thread. It is the distance between the crest to root. It is measured perpendicular to the axis of the thread. The next one is types of representation. Majorly there are three types of representation: detailed thread representation, schematic thread representation, and last one is simplified thread representation. Due to time constraints, we are representing by using simplified thread representation. We want to do manual drafting also for simplified representation. So the first one is detailed thread. The first one is a detailed thread representation. So uses the slanting lines to represent the crest and root. So this is the external thread representation. This is the internal thread representation. So for crest we are using thick line. For root we are using thin line. In the case of internal thread, thick line using for roots, thin line using for crest. So root and crest are drawn in sharp V's. ఈ పోర్షన్ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ವಿ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ವಿ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ internal thread, this should be sharp V shape, this should be sharp V shape. This is the detailed thread representation of external thread and internal thread. Next one is schematic representation of internal and external thread. This is the schematic representation of external thread, this is the schematic representation of internal thread. So use the alternative long and short lines for representing the crest and root of a thread. This is the root representation by thick line, crest representation by thin line. So same thing is happening in the internal thread also. This is the internal thread representation, this is the external thread representation. The next one is a simplified thread representation. This is the simplified thread representation of external thread, this is the internal thread. Use the thick continuous line for representation of crest. Thick continuation line for representation the crest. Thin continuation line representation of root. Thin continuation line representation of root. So this is the thick continuous circle representation of crest circle. This is the root circle. Thin circle line, but it is not a circle, this is the arc. So we can divide into 4 quarter. So the last quarter should be an arc. This angle exactly 15 degree from the vertical axis, from here to here exactly 15 degree we have to maintain. So same thing is here also, 15 degree we have to maintain from the horizontal axis, and this should be 45 degree chamfer, and this is the representation of runout. It should be 30 degree in angle. This is the root, this is the pitch from here to here, maintaining the pitch circle, and this should be shortened from the for example we consider as this is the circular rod. We know how to representation of conventional representation of circular rod for shorten the or break on the part. So like this we should representation of circular rod shorten representation. So this is the internal simplified thread representation. So same thing is here also, crest circle should be thick line and root circle should be thin line, but it is maintaining the 15 degree arc length, arc angle. This the arc angle should be maintained 15 degree, here also in 15 degree. This is the front view of the part. This should be hidden line, and this is sectional view of the part. So we should draw this one in manual drafting also. This is the procedure for drawing the conventional representation of external thread front and side views, so for manual drafting. So let's continue with this session in manual drafting of external thread representation, simplified external thread representation and simplified internal thread representation. Now we can start simplified external thread representation. First draw a center line. Draw a center line. Horizontal center line. Take appropriate outer diameter of the external thread. Here I am taking 60 mm. Here I am taking 60 mm. Then take appropriate length of the rod. Here I am taking 100 mm. Same thing in top side also. So one end we should broken, that is the broken conventional representation of the circular rod. So like this, we should draw. This portion should be hatch. The hatching angle is 45 degree, and the distance between hatching line minimum 2 mm. So this line and this line is represent the crest of the external thread. So now we want to draw the root of the external thread. So I am taking depth as 5 mm. So from here to here 5 mm and here to here 5 mm. So diameter of the root is 50 mm. So draw a horizontal line. Now we should decide the length of the thread. Here I am taking length of the thread is 60 mm. Same thing is here also. The length of the thread is 60 mm. Join these two lines. Now we want to do chamfer here and here. So chamfer angle is 45 degree. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 degree. Same procedure follow in the bottom side also. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 degree. So erase the outside of the chamfer. So then represent the runout. So runout angle is 30 degree from here. 10, 20, 30 degree. Same procedure follow in the bottom side also. 10, 20, 30. So the runout angle is 30 degree. Darken the outer edge of the external thread, that is crest lines and this vertical lines, except root lines, that is inner diameter. So this is the front view of the simplified external thread representation. Draw the corresponding side view of the external thread. Draw a vertical line from here to here. Now we want to draw the side view of this. So take a radius of outer diameter, that is 30 mm. Draw the crest circle. Outer circle is the crest circle or outer diameter. The radius is 30 mm. Now draw the vertical axis for the circle. Now we want to draw an arc for representing the root. Root always an arc. So the from here to the arc angle should be 15 degree. So 15 degree. Here also 15 degree. So we should divide the circle 4 quarter. First quarter, second quarter, and third quarter, fourth. Fourth quarter should be an arc for representing the root circle diameter. Root circle. So take the radius of this inner diameter or root diameter. So the radius is 25 mm. So mark this angle, that is 15 degree from the vertical axis and 15 degree from the horizontal axis. So take the radius from center to root line, that is 35 mm, sorry 25 mm. Draw an arc. In this line, from here to here is 15 degree. So mention the basic designation here. M60. This is representation of basic designation of metric thread. M means metric thread coarse. So means this is the basic designation of metric coarse thread. M designates metric and 60 is the nominal diameter. So finally this is the simplified representation of external thread. So now move on to the simplified representation of internal thread. Okay, now start the simplified. Okay, now start the simplified internal thread representation. First draw a center line. And then draw vertical line appropriate outer diameter of the nut. Taking approximately 100 mm. And then take appropriate width also. Should be a broken out representation. This is also a broken out representation. So take the root diameter, that is major diameter, should be a 60 mm. I'm taking here a 60 mm. 30, 30. And crest diameter, that is minor diameter, 50 mm. So both the lines should be hidden. Because these two holes are not visible. Now we want to draw corresponding side view. So this is the root line, this is the crest line. Root line should be an arc, crest line circle. Take a radius of crest line, that is 25 mm. Draw the circle. This is the crest circle or minor diameter circle. And now draw a vertical axis from here. Here also we should divide the circle as 4 quarter, first quarter, second quarter and third quarter, this 4 quarter. 4 quarter, the arc angle should be 15 degree. So take a protractor and mark the 15 degree. So here 15 degree, and here 15 degree. Just take the reference of 15 degree. Take the radius of root, that is outer diameter of the internal thread. It should be 30 mm. Draw the arc. Erase the unwanted lines. We should maintain this from here to here angle is 15 degree. This is the root circle diameter. This is the crest circle diameter. So now we should draw sectional view also for this one. So draw the vertical line for appropriate length, width also appropriate. Broken out the length. This is the crest line, dark line. This is also crest line, that should be dark, and this is the root line, should be hidden line, and this is also a root line, this is also hidden line. Sectioning of this part, the sectioning angle is 45 degree, and the distance between the lines maintain minimum 2 mm. So up to the crest we should section. So same thing in the top side also. This is the sectional view of simplified internal thread representation. So totally this is the schematic simplified internal thread representation. Thank you.